Hey guys, this is going to be my comic reviews from this past week, which was June 11th, I think. This time I'm going to count down from least to most favorite, so from 8 to 1 this week, and yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm just going to preface this by saying that this wasn't an amazing week by any stretch of the imagination. I read a lot of average books this week, so there's nothing that I'm super pumped about, and even my pick of the week is one that probably wouldn't have been my pick of the week had it not been such a down week. Okay guys, so number 8 is Wolverine number 8, part of this 3 Months to Die storyline that's going on. I picked this up expecting to get a book that was going to lead up to this Death of Wolverine miniseries, and I don't think I'm going to be reading this moving forward. In this issue, Wolverine's talking to Iron Fist and Shang-Chi about death and about karate, and we get a little bit of a look into the previous story arc, which if you're reading that, I feel really bad for you because it was so lame. I've got to be done with this book. I can't pick up the next 2 issues. I'm just going to grab that Death of Wolverine miniseries when that starts. But if you haven't picked this up yet and you were thinking about it, I definitely would suggest skipping it. Next, another book that I didn't really enjoy all that much, number 7, is Nightcrawler number 3. With Chris Claremont writing, I really want to like this book because I love Chris Claremont, but I can't do it anymore. It's so lame and it feels so dated. This Trimega guy who's supposed to be the antagonist right now, he's just not interesting, and I'm just not into this story, and the artwork's not very good. I can't be picking books up, especially with $3.99 cover prices that I'm not in love with. So Nightcrawler is a book that I'm definitely going to be jumping off of after issue 3. Number 6, this is Batman Detective Comics number 32. I will say that this was my favorite issue since Manapul and Buccellato picked the book up, which I guess isn't saying a whole lot because I haven't really liked any of them, but the artwork is fantastic and I really want to stick with it. Hold on, let me find a nice Francis Manapul page for you. I love his Batman. And I have high hopes for what they are going to do with this book. Maybe it's going to be after this story arc is over, but I'm going to stick with it because I love Francis Manapul's artwork. In this issue, this Icarus storyline progresses a little bit, and we get actually a nice interaction between Batman and the woman's daughter who died in the first issue. I forget her name, but we get a little interaction between them. I mean, this isn't anything special in terms of the story, but the artwork is really amazing, so I'm going to stick with it. Still not something that I'm in love with. Next, another book that was just okay. This is Batman Eternal number 10. For the most part, I've really enjoyed Batman Eternal, but this issue I think suffered from just feeling a little bit pointless, like you could have gone without it. I was left at the end of the issue not remembering a whole lot of important things that happened outside of maybe the realization that something is going on here that's a little bit bigger than Carmine Falcone. But other than that, I mean, we get some Catwoman stuff and some Professor Pig stuff, but this was a skippable issue, I think. And the artwork was not very good. There was some complaints about how Jason Todd was drawn, and I definitely agree with that. And I think that's the biggest fault of this book so far is the changing artist. So I'm still excited about Batman Eternal going forward, but number 10 was not my favorite issue of the bunch so far. Number 4 is a book that would normally be higher, but this is All New X-Men number 28, because this was mostly a filler issue. We get some future sequences with the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. We learn a little bit about their motivations and why they're coming to the past, but we don't get a whole lot of story progression in this issue, and I think that was my main issue with it. But the artwork is always fantastic and all new, and this is definitely the X-Men book. If you're looking to read just one X-Men book, this is the one I would suggest, hands down. Maybe when this Brotherhood of Evil Mutants story arc is over, definitely give it a shot because for the most part, All New X-Men is always great when it comes out. Number 3, another book that I liked but didn't love. This is Batgirl number 32. We get a little bit of a build-up to another battle with Nightfall, and at the end of the book, we get a really cool reveal as to a couple characters who are going to be coming in and helping Barbara here, but I had one big problem with this issue, and it's really the whole premise of the book, really. In Batman Eternal, they go out of their way to mention how distraught Batgirl is about her dad being in prison and how she's going to do everything that she can to get him out. And in this issue, within the first couple pages, she says something like, my dad's in prison, but I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to control what I can, and that's this Nightfall situation. It just seems a little strange to me that in Batman Eternal they would go out of their way to mention her and what's going on, obviously setting up a future story arc in that book, but it bothers me that they want Batman Eternal to spill out into the other Batman books, but they're not keeping it consistent. So it's a good book, and I'm looking forward to where this is going forward. Gail Simone always does a great job on Batgirl, but that was just a little nitpicking issue that I had with this particular book. Number 2 is a book from Dark Horse. This is Abe Sapien number 13, and I'm going to apologize and say this is not a very good starting point for new readers, and if anybody picked it up and you were confused, I apologize, but shoot me a PM and I'd be more than happy to help you figure out what's going on. In this issue, Abe, he is hanging out with Grace, who he saved in the last issue, and they meet a couple whose son is turning into a monster, which we've seen so far, and they're looking for someone to heal him, and they do find someone, and then something really intense happens, and Abe is forced to leave. But what this book has mostly been up to this point is Abe interacting with different groups of people that he's met along his way, and it seems like it's going to continue to be that going forward, which I really like. And we get a little tease with Kate at the BPRD talking about sending agents to find Abe again, so we may be getting the books coming back together in the future, which I would enjoy, but it also means there would be one less book. So, I mean, whatever happens, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Abe's a really great book if you're willing to put the time in. This issue was great for someone who knew what was going on, but like I said, if you picked this up and you were confused, go ahead and send me a message, and I'll do everything that I can to get you up to speed. And finally, my pick of the week, number 1, this is The Empty Man by Cullen Bunn and Vanessa Del Rey from Boom Studios. The premise of this book is the Empty Man is a disease that makes people hallucinate or makes them suicidal, and then eventually they die or they go comatose. And we don't exactly know the nature of the disease yet, and I think that's by design because the investigating agents from the FBI and the CDC, who are the center of the book, they don't really know what's going on either. So we're supposed to be in the dark with our main characters, which I actually do like. And there's some hints as to where this disease might have originated from, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Like I said, we don't get a ton of story progression in this book, and we still don't know a ton about what's going on, but I think that's by design, and I really like it. Plus, Vanessa Del Rey's artwork is fantastic. Really sketchy style, really like not clean, and I really enjoyed it. So definitely check out The Empty Man if you have the chance. Boom Studios is doing some cool stuff with this and The Woods. I'm getting a lot more Boom Studios books than I am other independent publishers. So yeah, definitely give it a shot. It was actually really good. So that's all my books for this week. Big thanks to you guys for watching. I'll be back on Wednesday with my normal pull list video. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you thought about the books that I was talking about today. Take care, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.